do you think it went today?
It went good for our first scrimmage. It went good. We still have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties that we got to get cleaned up. But for it to be our first scrimmage, I thought it went well. Not only first scrimmage in front of people. I thought it went pretty well.
What do you like about it?
I like touchdowns, but and I like when our defense take the ball away from the offense, but for it to be situation and try to teach our guys to understand the situation and not just play football, but understand where we're at, what the offense or defense is going to do in those situations. I thought it was well, but like I said, there's a lot to get cleaned up.
Coach, what did you think about the turnout today?
That was awesome. That was awesome. The football gods looked out for us today. Had a beautiful day here in Portland, and just driving up, seeing the line outside was great to see. It just, again, solidified what I always thought about our fan base. They're passionate about Oregon football.
I know a lot of effort goes into getting all of you guys down here. Is this something you'd consider doing next season?
Absolutely. Again, I think it's nice to come out and, again, come to our fans. We always ask them to come to us. It's great to come to them. It's great to have a nice showing out here.
Your reaction to Terry transferring?
I wish him nothing but the best.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about the Johnson-Herbert sort of battle there, and also how Burmeister's coming along?
I tell you what, all three of those guys are doing some really good things.
Yeah.
I'm really loving that competition, especially the last 2 days, today and yesterday. Those guys been getting after it, and doing a really good thing. One guy do something well, the other guy come in and try to do the same thing, and that's what we're looking for, guys that want to compete, that want to go out and make things happen, especially at that position. I think they all did some good things today. They all did some bad things. That's part of it, but I really like the way that competition is going. I think it's only going to get tighter, as we go on spring ball. You see each and every last one of those guys are starting to get comfortable with what we asking them to do, and by them getting comfortable, they're able to go out and make the plays they all capable of making. So really fired up about that battle, and it's big time.
What have you learned about Justin now that you've coached him on the field a little bit?
Justin, he's a competitor.
Yeah.
He wants to compete. But I think it goes a lot more than just on the football field. And I'm looking for a guy that can lead this football team, a guy that can get his team to follow behind him, and guys that want to play for him. So it goes a lot more than just football. The quarterback got to be able to lead this team. Got to rally his team around him and get those guys to play for.
So that's a little bit of a work in progress with him because of his personality too.
It is not just him. We're talking about Justin, but the same with Travis, the same with Braxton as well.
Wow.
And that's a learning process. But those guys are working at it, and I appreciate it. But I really like it. Justin is starting to come out of his shell, and he's starting to speak up more. But a part of it is our job to teach them how to lead, and understand leadership is not always just yelling at someone, but encouraging guys and patting them on their back and building them up, but also holding them accountable as well.
Fans certainly appreciative of being able to come out here and see you guys practice and play. Why was it important to you to move this thing out of Eugene?
Well, it was just, again, it's part of our biggest fan base is up here in Portland, and every Saturday home games we ask our fans to come down and support us, and I think it's only right here in the spring for us to be able to come up here and allow them to see their football team here at their home. So, and I thought it was a great turnout. It was really nice to drive up and see the line standing outside. I thought Drake had a concert going on here today or something. But it was the Ducks.
Earlier in the week, you talked about Royce Freeman delivering the blow. Did he do that today?
He did at times, but we had some third period in there. I saw a couple times in the third period he delivered a couple blows there, but he's running the ball really good, and he's getting a great feel for what we're doing on the offense side of the ball. And I love the way he's patient and allow his blocks to get out in front of him. He set the blocks up, do a really good job at that. And for Royce, really just learning to run behind his shoulder pads. He's a big guy that most people don't want to hit. So he got to use that to his advantage.
You have a lot of experience in the secondary, but Breeze and Graham, two freshmen, have made their way into the first team. What have you seen out of those two guys?
Those guys are big-time competitors. They literally taking what we said and running with it. Coach going to allow us to compete and take jobs. They taking it and running with it, but they also understand they got to play that way every single day in order to keep their job. So I've been really excited about the way those guys have been performing and competing every single day, and that's the great thing about it. It's not just a one day. These guys are doing it consistently.
Where did the idea come from of putting the depth charts right in the locker room, right first things that the guys see on a daily basis?
Well, we just don't want to hide anything from our players. We want to be straightforward with them, and so they can see it every day, you know, and they understand. Again, each day they got to come ready to play. You can't take a day off, you know, and we don't want to not do it and then just tell a guy he's not in there. But not only do we post it, we show them, we grade every practice, and we give it to our guys, and not just them, the entire group, so they all know that we're not playing any favoritism or anything like that. We're going to be straightforward with them, and it's on them to go out and make something happen if they want to play.
Hey, Coach, are you guys becoming a stout unit on defense? I got to believe that's a priority, kind of like right up the gut, right up the middle to be more stout. You got a big freshman in, and you're getting bigger on the line, it looks like.
We're getting bigger. We want to be physical. I mean, I think you look at any good football team out there, especially defensively, they're pretty stout up front, and they do a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage, and that's what we'll like to get to. We're not there yet, but that's a work in progress, and I think as these guys get comfortable with Coach Levitt's system and where they can just play fast, we'll see those guys get even better, you know. But throughout spring practice, with this being sixth practice, they're doing a great job, and they're getting better.
So with 2 weeks left to the spring game, would you say practices are going as you anticipated?
It is. Again, I expect for our guys to be swimming a little bit, but these last two practices, you can tell they're starting to pick up on what we're asking them to do, and again, they're playing more instinctively now rather than thinking and being passive, you know, and I think that's just now they're starting to understand what we're doing. I know defensively, Coach Levitt kind of threw the whole package at them, you know, and they were swimming for a while, and now it's time to just keep going over those things now, and for those guys to get comfortable with it. And you just think about our defense, this is like the third coordinator in 3 years, so it's going to be a learning process for them as we go, but it's great that they're picking it up now and getting better.
What were your impressions defensively today, just what you saw out there today?
I thought we started off the scrimmage well. I thought we got tired and lost some focus there. Yeah, some guys come wide open, but I think a lot of that had to do with fatigue, and our guys got to understand we can't get tired. We got to play at a high level even when we're tired. You know, the tougher it get, the better we play. And but I thought they started off strong. I thought there at the end, I think fatigue stepped in, and we can't allow that to happen.
You guys obviously landed Scott Pagano yesterday. I don't expect you can talk about him, but Jordan Scott is a guy right in the middle who at the moment is playing, seems like a lot of snaps. What do you like about him so far?
Well, he's really low to the ground, so it's hard for guys to get underneath him, you know, and when he's fresh and he's not tired, he's very powerful, you know, and he can change the line of scrimmage with his power and the way he comes off the ball. And I think as Jordan continues to lose weight, he's going to be a phenomenal player for a big guy to be like he is and to be able to have feet like he does and run to the ball. That's going to pay off for him, and he's done a great job of losing weight. I think he's lost about 20 pounds since he's been here, and he can lose another 15. By fall, he's going to be ready to roll.
You have is 300 the kind of target area?
No, I doubt 300, but if he can get around 310, 315, I think he's going to be one heck of a football player, and he's going to be happy with that.
Before spring ball, you said that unlike at USF and Western Kentucky, you made it more of a priority this year to talk to the seniors when you took over. Why was that?
Well, I mean, those guys was recruited and been around the old staff their entire time here, you know, and usually in the past there's a lack of trust, you know, and guys not sure, and sometimes guys think, okay, new coach, he don't want to have anything to do with us and all, and just letting them know that's not the case. We're all in this together, you know, and these guys, I want them to leave here with a good taste in their mouth. I want them to leave here and saying that, hey, we got this thing back on track, and be proud of that when they leave here. You know, it's much bigger than the staff, especially for these guys. They don't have any more time with this football team after this year, so we want them to give them everything they got, and I want them to know that I'm in their corner and I have their back, and we're going to do whatever we can to make sure that they leave here the right way.
Anything else?